I know you're over there somewhere. I see you over there in the dark. Come on out.
Ha! Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Carl Monroe and I know you're hiding in the dark. Just come on out. The character of Freddy Fazbear has nearly had 15 different incarnations at this point. Actually, it may be more like 15 or more now. But no matter what, Funtime Freddy will remain one of the most popular versions of this freakish foe. But which facts will surprise you or just remind you of how freakish this foe really is? That's what we're exploring with today's list of the top 10 Funtime Freddy facts. If you're new here, be sure you hit like and subscribe because I know for a fact that this video will be getting more love than our regular vids, so you should go watch some of those too, or our other FNAF ones. Either way, let's roll the intro. And a 10 designed for kids. All Funtime animatronics were designed to entertain kids. However, knowing what we do about the man behind the designs, we know that's not what they were meant for in the long run. Sure, it's an easy facade. It makes sense why these robots would be so close to kids because they're entertaining them. It's what they were designed to do. But when I say designed for kids, what I really mean is designed to swallow them whole like the deepest pits of hell and keep them inside a special child containment unit inside their torso so that William Afton can kill them and use their spirits for experiments with Remnant, a metallic alloy of animatronic endoskeleton, and child soul juice. Child soul juice, now that I think about it, sounds like something else entirely, because it's used to make children and their souls, unless they're ginger. Hey, I'm allowed to say it, I'm a ginger too. I just took enough souls that it doesn't really look like it anymore. I have a picture on my Instagram, it's just bright red. And a 9 best buds. For those of you who have just looked at a picture of Funtime Freddy, you can probably see that he's not alone. The Bonnie puppet on his hand is named Bonbon and is designed like the original Bonnie animatronic, but with the color scheme of Toy Bonnie from FNAF 2. But there is more to this puppet than meets the eye. Bonbon actually helps calm Freddy down as seen in the Breaker Room minigame during Night 2 of Sister Location, the 5th game in the FNAF series. I don't know how an animatronic hand puppet calms another animatronic down, especially when they aren't even possessed at this point, only becoming possessed after being combined with a Remnant and creating Ennard along with the other Sister Location animatronics. The only animatronic from that game that's possessed at this point is Baby. Nevertheless, Bonbon acts as a sort of mini conscience that also decides to kill you during another minigame in that very same game. Gotta love those killer consciousnesses. Consciousnesses? Consciousness? And at 8, taking control. The Sister Location animatronics get combined into one in the form of Ennard at the end of the game. Well, technically not, since the actual ending has you getting scooped and the endo spaghetti being shoved inside you, but the actual entity of Ennard was originally mostly controlled by Circus Baby. See the clown face and the fact that Baby was the most popular character and basically the main antagonist of the game, considering how it's your sister, because she was possessed by Elizabeth Afton, and she's the reason why you're down there in the first place. And while that's all well and good, things don't really stay that way. During the story sometime between games 5 and 6, Sister Location and Pizzeria Simulator, Baby and the rest of the Ennard clan get into a fight. After this fight, as shown in the source code for scottgames.com and fnafworld.com, Baby gets ejected or removes herself from the Ennard clan. After this, they need to find a new face, and that's where the creation of Molted Freddy comes from Pizzeria Simulator. Funtime Freddy takes control of Ennard when Baby leaves a power vacuum, and that's why Ennard goes to using a Freddy face, because it's Freddy who's controlling. And at 7, FNAF AR. Based on a teaser released by Illumix, a company helping with special delivery, we may see Funtime Freddy making an appearance. Now, I don't know how long ago this teaser was released, so I can't really make any decent guesses as to when we will see him, or hell, he may even be already in the game at this point. But as far as I know, he has only been teased based on what I've seen on the Funtime Freddy fandom wiki page. Like, the website fandom, not like a wiki page about the Funtime Freddy fandom. Is there a Funtime Freddy fandom? I mean, enough of you asked for this video that we ended up doing it, so I'm guessing that there could be? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know down below if you're a Fun Freddy freak or a freaked Fun Freddy. The second one being that you don't like Funtime Freddy, I think. I don't know. I wrote this, but I don't know. Tell me in the comments because I'm genuinely curious. Do people actually like the Funtime animatronics? Aside from Ballora, cause like, thick. That's some Kraft peanut butter right there. Okay, That's enough. And at 6, stuck together. Speaking of being thick. While having your best friend stick with you through thick and thin is amazing, it can still sometimes be too much and you might need a break before you actually snap their neck. But in this situation, these two puppet pals, Bonbon and Funtime Freddy, might actually be stuck together. Looking at the blueprints for the Funtime Freddy animatronic shows us that there isn't really a hand inside of Bonbon and it's just more wiring. That makes sense since it's literally just one robot and there's no way a giant robot hand is gonna fit into that little puppet. It's like when you see a couple and one of them is like 7 foot tall and the other one's 5 foot nothing. Oh, the amount of times I've seen that is kind of concerning. However, this is weird because FNAF VR's Night Terror room featuring Funtime Freddy, you can see that he does in fact have another hand. Can he remove Bonbon and put another hand on? Is this an oversight by the dev team? Or is it just that this is in fact a hand inside of Bonbon that we aren't seeing in the blueprints or wireframes? No idea. This is a facts list and I have no idea. You're welcome. Quality content. Halfway through and number 5 was almost German. This was actually first seen in a MatPat video, I believe. At the start of one of his FNAF theories, he showed us a clip from a live stream of his that showed what the voice actor Kellen Goff originally had in mind, which was a German variation of what we hear normally, which is honestly kind of funny, but also weird. I know that everyone has been assuming this takes place in the United States, but what if it actually took place in Germany? Actually, based on everything that happens in the series, it has to be the US. Probably Florida, if I'm being honest. Can you imagine those headlines? Like, Florida man slaughters 15 children while working for Children's Pizzeria, or Florida man dresses like Golden Rabbit in order to kill kids. Honestly, that's probably a thing already, if I'm being honest. I know a bunny man. Oh, he's in my hometown. There was a whole kerfuffle, like someone made a whole bunch of fake police posters about him. I read the article. Man, the things that happened there, man, I'm telling you. Oh. Thank God I'm in Toronto. Yeah, because nothing like that happens in Toronto. Is this a FNAF list or what? And at 4, Funtime Auditorium. The Funtime Auditorium is a stage room and sister location and is the main setting for the Funtime Foxy dark room in FNAF VR. However, this is also the location of Funtime Freddy, who does make an appearance in the dark room with Funtime Foxy, and in sister location there is actually a yellow-eyed endoskeleton named Yendo, who can very rarely take the place of Funtime Foxy. Yendo seems to resemble Funtime Freddy with slightly broader shoulders and nothing other than the wire of the endoskeleton. It's very odd and I don't think he makes an appearance in any of the other games, even in FNAF VR or Ultimate Custom Night. But it's still interesting to think that a variation of Freddy Fazbear has his own variation. Perhaps he was the prototype Funtime Freddy? What do you think the purpose of Yendo is? Is he just another endoskeleton, or was he something more? Let me know what you're thinking and your theories down below. Maybe he's the Stitch Wraith. If you guys want like a Stitch Wraith list, let me know, because that would be dope. Put it in the comments. Getting close to the end at number 3, abilities. Let's treat this like a dating profile, since you sickos love shipping animatronics with dead children. Let's meet Bachelor number 1! It's Funtime Freddy! He's 6 feet tall, weighs 350 pounds, but that's all corpses, and has 6 special features. He has a proximity sensor coupled with grouping coordination to make sure your parents don't walk in on you. And he can even tell what is the best time to get a little crazy with his parental tracking and 360-degree pivot. You spin him right round, baby. And fancy something a little more interesting? Well, with his voice mimic, you can have any partner you want, but be careful of his charms. His luring abilities will have you begging for him to take you back, and with his 100% concealed storage tank, he will. Yes, killers, Bachelor number 1 is a killing machine, literally. Thank you. And at 2, Impractical Design. I know that he's a robot from a fictional game series that might even be fictional in the game world, but come on! You have to admit that they could have been designed more practically. When we see these animatronics without their faces, or hell, even without any of their shell, there's just too much material. We've seen Endo, and we've seen Yendo. Endo is a normal animatronic endoskeleton. It would be what Chuck E. Cheese robots use. Or hell, it's even what Trigger Me Elmo uses. But Yendo is just clunky and huge. He has too much metal for those things to make sense. It's a waste of material and money that no company would approve of. Even if you are using them to kill kids, there is no need to add flesh to your robots. Just have the tank be hidden by the shell. And there is literally no need for the face to come apart like that, aside from it making the game scarier. You don't want kids to be afraid of these if you're trying to lure them in, okay? That makes no sense and it's incredibly impractical. Business class. It taught me something. Kind of. Finally, in at number 1, it's just an illusion. Everything is not what it seems when you have a little disc that can make you see things. You better run, cause there's trouble if you see normal things, because everything is not what it seems to. But no, with the addition of the sound illusion disc first introduced in the Twisted One's novel, we can't really trust anything we see anymore. We know that Freddy has a disc on him since we see it when we service him in Sister Location, and we know they exist outside of that since they've also been used on Michael in FNAF 4 to make him see the nightmare animatronics, unless you go by the dream/coma theory. These discs exist canonically within the series. Hell, it could even be why the Bonnie Paper Pal moves into your office in FNAF 2 and 3. It could be Springtrap using the illusion sound disc on you. It could also explain the hallucinations. Why he couldn't just make himself invisible, I'm not sure, but maybe it can't do that. Everything we know about the series could all just be because of the discs, and hell, even the discs themselves could be because of the discs. Wait, that doesn't make sense. There we have it, friends, the top 10 Funtime Freddy facts. Which one surprised you on this list, and did you know any of these beforehand? Let me know down below, and also tell me who you'd like us to make a facts list on next. On your way down, be sure you hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we make daily gamer content, and make sure you ring that bell to join the clan and level up. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. If you want me to be your dating show announcer, just let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm wearing a sweater because I'm embarrassed about wearing the same shirt for so f***ing long. Or is it just that showed what the voice of Kellen Goff originally had in— oh, no. Man, the first time I have to come up here. By the way, you can totally cut out that part about the girl's body parts. I mean, it's true, but you can cut that out, because that's probably not censor friendly, if I'm being honest. I think that might have been the first time I mentioned the Stitch Ray. Yo, we should do a Stitch Ray theories list. And at 3 oh man, 11 minutes. I can do it. I can get 15. I believe in myself. I believe. Oh, okay, I'm almost at 15. He has a proximity sensor coupled with grouping coordinate. Damn it. I wanted to do that in one. I don't know why I'm singing in these videos. This is supposed to be scary. Why he wouldn't just make himself invisible? Bless you.